Hey guys, Ashton from Knowledge is Power here again. This video is going to be about the incident where a lady called the cops on me for carrying a firearm, and I'll do a separate video, which you can see at the end of this one, about the troubles I went through trying to file the open records requests for the information regarding this incident. So the first time I have the cops called on me, I'm sitting in Moe's, reading my book, enjoying my heaping pile of delicious nachos. So as I'm sitting here reading at Moe's, apparently some lady was uncomfortable that I had a firearm, and she got her family, got up, and left. And first went to talk to the Moe's employees about it, where the Moe's employees informed her that it's completely lawful, that they're pretty sure their company allows it, and that I'm in there all the time, and I'm cool, and they know who I am. She then proceeds to call 911.
County Public Safety.
Yes, sir. I was wondering if you could tell me what the laws are in Cherokee County for people carrying a concealed weapon.
Ma'am, I don't know the laws, but I can have a police officer give you a phone call and advise you on that.
I just wanted to make you guys aware there's a gentleman in the Moe's on 92 with a gun strapped on his side, and no, he's not in any kind of uniform, and I was just in there with my kids, and it did not make me feel very comfortable. I got up and left.
Okay, do you want me to send somebody out to the Moe's to check on him, or do you want to have somebody call you about the law?
If you guys could just check on the people at Moe's, because...
Okay, what's that address there at that Moe's?
I'm not sure. It's the one right past 575 on Highway 92.
Okay, hang on for me. I need to see if I can get us an address for it. Let's see. The one there next to it's the one by the Firehouse Subs and the...
Yes,
Got
sir.
one there?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
hang on for me just a second. I do need to try to get a good address before I let you go. Sorry, bear with me just a second. Okay. Okay, what's your name, ma'am?
Bree, B-R-E-E.
What's your last name?
Sorry?
Your last name?
Baxter.
I'm sorry?
Baxter.
Okay, what does this man look like? White male, black male?
He's a young white female, young white male with glasses and a maroon color hoodie on. Clean cut guy.
Okay, so he has a gun on his hip?
Yes, sir. He's got his hoodie pulled up, like, above it, and it's just locked.
On what side? On the right side or the left side?
Right side, and he's got his hoodie pulled up above it so that you can see it, like, clean as day.
Okay, where was he? So was he sitting in the restaurant, or?
Yes, sir.
Where was he sitting at?
Like, midway, all the way up against the windows in the booth.
Booth in the middle of the restaurant near the windows?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you're not still there, right?
No, I got up and left. I wasn't comfortable about it.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and get him out there and check on him, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem, ma'am.
Bye.
Should I get a 441?
Go ahead.
Trevor, I've got a signal 69, 9745, Highway 92 at Moe's. Third-party call. Car's not on scene. There's a white male, maroon hoodie with glasses. He's 69 with a handgun on his right hip. But it's not concealed. He's sitting in a booth in the middle of the restaurant near the windows.
Yeah, well, just for me, all he's doing is sitting there, correct?
Yeah, it's 10-4.
I'll be around from downtown.
20 after.
I'll be around to 7 Lowe's.
Clear 20 after.
46 Cherokee to 23.
2010.
I notice a law enforcement officer walk in. Now usually I sit facing the door to see who comes in and out, and the presence of this officer didn't concern me, as I see multiple officers eating at Moe's frequently. I go back to reading, and then I notice that he's standing right in front of me for a while, and finally he asks, "How are you doing?" I respond, "I'm good, how about yourself?" And he says, "Can I talk with you for a moment?" I say, "Sure." The officer says, "Let's go talk in the back." I'm like, "Okay." Now at this point I would normally tell anybody, and normally I would not talk at all and say, "No, I'm going to stay here and I don't feel like talking." However, having an idea what this incident was going to be about, I wanted to show that I was a respectful, responsible firearm owner. He tells me a lady called because she was uncomfortable that I had a firearm. He explains that I'm not in trouble, and in my mind I thought, no crap, I know I've done nothing wrong. And about this time another officer comes in and stands behind the first. From there he asks me if I'm in law enforcement, and I tell him no. Then he asks when the last time I went to the range, how well I shoot, last time I took a self-defense class, kind of personal things I wouldn't normally answer, but it didn't give away any private information. And again, I wanted to show I was responsible, that I practice, and that I know caring is a responsibility and I respect it. He went on the typical spiel, almost verbatim of what I see in videos all the time, about how open carrying makes me a target. That if people came in, I'd be the first one to be shot. To save time in this video, I'm not going to explain my reasonings of why I think that's absolutely ridiculous, but maybe in a later video. So then I explain why I open carry, and that I have for 2 years, and I've never had a negative incident. Usually, at least weekly, I'll get in conversations with people, thanking me, shaking my hand, talking about what guns they like or have or want. They tell me to be safe, I tell them to be safe, I offer to shake their hands. They let me walk past them, I go back to reading, I tell them to have a safe night. As the officers are walking out the door, one of the ladies working at Moe's comes behind me, grabs my shoulder, and jokingly says, "Hey, we didn't call them." I get in a conversation with her about it, and she said that it was just some lady who was uncomfortable, and they didn't know what her problem was. They told her that I'm there all the time, that it's cool, that it's within the law, and that they allow it.
Sure, to the Delta 4, code 4.
Code 4, 1013.
2013.
46 Cherokee, case down.
Dispatch time was 20:03. 41 was on scene at 20:07. You were on scene at 20:10, and case number is 932.
46 Cherokee, all units in 813.
Here, 2017.
So about 30 minutes after the interaction, I got to a stopping point in my book and got up to leave. Most of the employees wish me a good night. I walk outside and I see both of the officers' cruisers in the parking lot. I get in my car expecting them to follow me, but they didn't. Overall, I give Woodstock PD a B- for the interaction. They're cordial, didn't ask me to identify myself. However, the talking to me for a good 15 minutes in a manner that was kind of condescending was not pleasant, and that they waited outside until I left. Not to mention, since I talked to them for 15 minutes, I went back to my now cold food. Unfortunately, the problem here was ignorance of the law. This lady obviously thinks that you have to be a law enforcement officer to carry a firearm, when we're in the state of Georgia, and that is definitely not the law. So not only was she ignorant of the law to begin with, the Moe's employees told her that it was okay and lawful, and she still called 911, where the operator offered to have an officer call her and explain her the law, which she declined. So not only was she ignorant, she actively chose not to actually learn the laws, and will now remain ignorant.
Call audio, name and badge numbers to both male officers that were responding. All communication between two officers. I can go ahead and tell you, I'm not going to have any of that.